Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So within today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between Inter Milan and FC Barcelona. This is going to be a much more general pre-match preview compared to the other video that we did make a few hours ago. So we are going to be talking about the press conference, who could we expect to see in the starting 11, who's going to be available for Inter Milan, and we're also going to touch on lightly about Lionel Messi. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. So I do want to quickly shout out Camisetas Fútbol. I want to thank Camisetas Fútbol for sending these shirts. I'm wearing the Ajax one right now, but could get a bunch of different shirts through this online website. I do think that this is going to be something that you guys are going to be enjoying a lot, mainly because if you do not want to spend $95, $120 for a jersey, whether it's FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, or any of those those shirts are very, very expensive, you can get that through the Camisetas Fútbol link that will be provided down below. It's great quality, great pricing, and also when you do see the price, that is not going to be the final price. If you guys also want to have a further 20% off, you could use my code, which will be BM20, and once you do place BM20 on the discount bar, you would be able to get another 20% off of the shirts that you are going to be ordering. So it's a very great time to be looking for jerseys right now, because also Camisetas Fútbol do have the Qatar 2022 World Cup jerseys out there in stock, and also the World Cup is going to be coming in about 1 month. And so if you guys do want to get those jerseys, you guys again can so using the link down below. You guys will not be disappointed. It is again great quality, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. So let's go back into the video. And so look, this is going to be meaning a lot. If Barcelona can beat Inter Milan at their home and then we beat them again at the Camp Nou, it's going to mean a lot for this club. If we win Inter Milan twice, it's basically going to guarantee us going into the next round for sure. And it's crazy, right? Because the last time Inter Milan and Barcelona did face, we actually did win, but our starting 11 is much more different. That starting 11 that we did see go up against Inter Milan back in 2019, none of those players are actually there. Perez is not there, Griezmann, Vidal, Rakitic, Alenya, Lenglet, Umtiti, all of those players are not there anymore. We have a completely different FC Barcelona, and the real Barcelona, the Barcelona that should have been assembled a long time ago. And so we look at the squad list here, you can still see that Koundé, Ronald Araujo is not there yet. We should expect to see Koundé come in within these next 9 to 10 days. And then we can also see that Frenkie de Jong is not available. Many of us do believe that Frenkie de Jong is not available yet, mainly because he's physically not ready. He is still trying to deal with the injury that he did encounter during the international break, which is okay. Xavi is really opting for having players like Gavi, Pedri, and Kessie to be within those interior positions. So our squad is strong enough, right? It's strong enough to build a very competitive starting 11. I have no problem with seeing our squad list being like this. And you can also see that Casado, who is one of the youth players in Barcelona, has also featured within the squad list. Could we see someone like him go up against Inter Milan? Now, as for Inter Milan themselves, you can also see that Lautaro Martinez is going to be available for this game. It is now just going to be up to the coach on whether he does want to use Lautaro, yes or no, because originally, a few days ago, it was said that Lautaro Martinez was in jeopardy to be featuring in this game, but now he is okay. And again, it's now up to the coach to see if he is 100% mentally and physically ready. And let me tell you guys, if Lautaro Martinez does start and he gets that chance to play against Barcelona, it's only going to make it way more difficult for Barcelona to defend against Inter Milan, because he is one of their best players. So now let's move on towards the press conference. And you can just see that Xavi Hernández wants to come with some sort of vengeance. He believes that Barcelona have to perform. We have to bring out the results in the Champions League. We are considered as one of the best teams in the group. And this is what Xavi Hernández had to say. I'm trying to give my players confidence. In Munich, we were superior, and now we have to prove that through the results, we are in good moments, and we have to take advantage of that. So you can clearly see that Xavi Hernández is trying to say that Barcelona is the best team in the group. They were superior. Now we just need to have the results. We need to be winning 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 4-1. But we also have to remember, with tournaments like this within the Champions League, even if you do make one mistake within a game, and especially within the group stages, that could potentially cost you to come out of the group stages, and it makes you look a lot worse than you actually are. And that is what did happen between Barcelona and Bayern Bayern Munich. So now going up against Inter Milan, we're gonna have to play the perfect game. And so Xavi Hernández continues to say, and I quote, "Being at the top in the league is something that gives us moral boost and confidence. For a long time, we were far from the top. This is positive and indicates that we are in a very good dynamic." Now, we literally just talked about this in the previous video. We were talking about how seeing Barcelona being at the top, that does indicate that we are on the correct path. And being on the correct path, seeing how we are in first place, this is going to be reflecting into the Champions League. I'm always going to be comparing what Barcelona is currently doing right now, like how Manchester City is within the Premier League. Like, why do you think Man City are so desperate to do so well in the Premier League? That is because they know if they can dominate their own league, they're going to be thinking, okay, if we can do this, we can definitely go into the Champions League and tackle one of the best teams in the world. They come in with a lot of confidence, and Xavi Hernández wants the same thing for FC Barcelona. Then Xavi Hernández continues to explain on just how Barcelona is going to be approaching Inter Milan, and this is what he said, and I quote, "It is about adapting to the way of the opponent or changing some things. This is what we are trying to do. Barcelona's style is clear, and we will not change this method. We take into account the opponent. Our goal is clear." So nothing is going to be different when it comes to the style. I just think that Xavi Hernández is going to be tweaking some things in terms of maybe taking a certain player out from a starting 11 that we did see against Mallorca and putting in a different player. It's really going to be going based off the needs of how we're going to be facing Inter Milan. And there has been numerous reports in the past couple of hours that Marcos Alonso is going to be starting in this game, and we might not just see Alejandro Balde. And I'm also not surprised to hear this if we do see Alonso start in the 11, because he did very well against Bayern Munich. I understand that he did a mistake against Bayern on that corner kick, but a mistake like that is fixable. I think that Alonso will learn from that and has already learned from that and will continue to become a better player as time does go by. Marcos Alonso is a okay replacement to be within the left back position. He will deliver, and you can just see that Xavi Hernández does trust Marcos Alonso in the Champions League games. This is also another reason on why I think that Marcos Alonso was in that press conference. Like, there's a reason why he was speaking. That is because everything does indicate that this guy is going to be in the starting 11. So now let's slowly step away from this topic here and let's shift our attention towards Lionel Messi, because many were asking, why were the reporters asking Xavi Hernández about Lionel Messi? Like, what does this have to do with the game between Inter and FC Barcelona? And so let me explain. There was a report that did come out a few hours ago that did explain, coming from Fabrizio Romano, who has stated this, and I quote, "Barcelona believes they won't have any problems or issues regarding the salary when it comes to bringing back Lionel Messi. They feel they can do it. Joan Laporta would love to have him back. There are 3 different approaches Messi could take, which would be to continue at PSG, go to Barcelona, or move to an MLS club. However, Messi's camp has said they won't be listening to anyone as of now." And so that is the reason on why Xavi Hernández was asked about Lionel Messi, and this is what Xavi had to say about Messi's potential return. "Let's leave Leo alone. I love him so much and he's my friend, but we don't do him any good when we talk about him. This is not the time to talk about it. Let him have his fun now in PSG." So again, we have discussed this enough. We know Barcelona want Messi. There is no problem for Barcelona to bring back Messi when it comes to the salary bill. They could afford this player. Even the economic VP of Barcelona was explaining that they were working throughout the whole course of the previous summer on making the salary gap so big that they can bring in players like Lionel Messi. So they probably already have a sporting project already written up on the table about Messi being included in a starting 11 next year. And Xavi Hernández is just being professional. He does not want to talk about this player at all, because right now the only focus is this Champions League game. And it's so funny, right? Even though he was saying that this is not the time to talk about Lionel Messi, his tone and his facial expressions did actually change when he was talking about Messi. So you can just see that Xavi Hernández is really excited to bring this player back in, and I cannot wait for that moment. But now let's move on to the phase of the predicted starting 11 and what we could see on the field tomorrow night. So we should expect to see Ter Stegen in goal, Marcos Alonso being in the left back position like we did discuss, Eric Garcia and Christensen as the center back duo, and then having Sergio Roberto on the right back position. I do not see Balde playing on that side no more. It just did not benefit Dembele at all. He really needed help, and he needs players to be with him when he does go on the attack. Sergio Roberto does much better than someone like Balde on the right side. When it comes to the midfield, it is going to be no other but Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri. There's a reason on why Kessie did start in the previous game. That is because Xavi Hernández wanted to rest Pedri. And then our front three, it is going to be Dembele on the right, Lewandowski as the striker, and Rafinha on the left wing. I do not think that Ansu Fati will be starting. I know and I understand that continuing to place Ansu Fati in every every game is going to help him, but we must win. Maybe we could place Ansu Fati later in the game when we are winning like 2-0, maybe 3-0, but we do need to have a very great and a very strong impact in the first 20 minutes and score as many goals as possible. And the only way we could do that is by bringing in players like Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Dembele, testing the goalkeeper over and over again. If we can do that, we can come out with the 3 points. So that is it, right? That is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.